Translate and solve. Example 1. The voltage drop of one resistor in a series circuit is 45% of the total voltage. What is the voltage drop of the one resistor in a series circuit if the total voltage is 12.5? So what is 45% of 12.5? So to solve this, let's go over some key equations that will help us. So we have some key equations of, when we see this, it's percent over 100 times of is equal to is. What this means is that usually in our problems, we're going to have a percentage given. And then whenever we see the word of, we're going to think we're going to need to multiply. So we multiply the percent times the number that follows after of. And then anytime you see is, you can think that's what it's equal to. So therefore, you know you need to put an equal sign and then follow that with the number. So then there's also problems when you're going to be solving for the percent. So it's this equation rearranged to give us this. So this is rearranged. So it's just easier to solve. And so when you have this, you are asking for what percent is. So this is right here. So the number that follows is the number that will go on the top. The number that follows up goes on the bottom. And then we're going to multiply by 100 to give us the percent. So these are two equations that we'll use. And one is just rearranged into a different version of the first one. Now let's go back to our example 1. So we're asking what is 45% of 12.5. So we're going to use our first equation. So we have our equation of percent over 100 times of equals is. So what we're looking for is what is. So what we're looking for then is this number here. Then we have 45%. So we'll put the 45 right there. And then we have 12 of 12.5. So we need to put that right there. So let's go ahead and put this together. So we have 45 over 100 times 12.5 equals a number. So we'll just put it as x. Now let's go to calculators out. So we got 45 divided by 100. So we got 45 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.45. Then we're going to go ahead and multiply by 12.5, which is equal to 5.625. So x is equal to 5.625. Then if we needed to round to the nearest hundredths, our answer would be rounded to the second number. So x is equal to 5.63. So if we rounded to the nearest hundredth. Now let's look at another example. Example 2. 87% of what is 255? So let's get our equation written out. So we see we have our percentage, which we put there, of what. So that means that we're looking for this number here. Then is 255. So we're going to plug that number in right there. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 87 over 100 times, we're going to put what number? So Wn equals 255. Now, in order to get our variable by itself, what we're going to do is multiply by 100 over 87. So if we multiply by its reciprocal, we get this is equal to just 1. Then we move it over here as well, and we do the same. Because whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. So now we have 255 times 100 over 87. So let's get our calculators out. We have 255. Then we're just going to go ahead and multiply it by the 100. And then we divide by 87. So we get 293.1. Because we could add the 0, but we can also just go 0.1 to round to the nearest hundredth. So this would be our solution. Now let's look at another example. Example 3. 3 coils are connected in a series. The total inductance is 2,700 millihenries. One coil has an inductance of 900 millihenries. What percent of 2,700 is 900? So for this problem, we're using the what percent is on the top of below times 100. So when we look at solving for this, we are solving for what percent. Then we have of 2,700. So we know we need to put that number right there. Then we have is 900. So we put that number there. So let's go ahead and plug this in. So we have 900 over 2,700 times 100. So we got 900 times 100. And then we're going to divide by 2,700. And we get 33.33. So what percent? So we get 33.33. And that will just continue. And so this would be our percentage for this problem. Now let's look at another example. Example 4. The cost of 18 AWG wire is $652.12. A 20% discount is given. What is 20% of 652.12? So for this, we are going to be using our first equation. So percentage over 100 times of equals is. So let's see what we have. We have 20%, so that's going to go there, of $652.12. So that number is this number. And then so what we're solving for is our is. So let's go ahead and start plugging all this in. So we have 20 over 100 times 652.12, and that will be the number we're looking for. So let's get our calculators out. We're going to go 20 divided by 100. So first we just did this division, which is different than what we've done before, but you can do either way. First, you can either multiply this top number times this and then divide, or you can divide 20 by 100 and then multiply. So either way is the right answer. So now we have 0.2, and then we're going to go ahead and multiply it by 652.12, and we get 130.42. So what number is 132.42?